You've seen these trucks in town. You know what they are, right? They're garbage trucks. These trucks collect the garbage that we throw away. Here comes a garbage truck now. This is an incineration plant where they process combustible waste. Incombustible waste is processed at the Chubo Incombustible Waste Processing Center and Keihinjima Island Incombustible Waste Processing Center. And large-sized waste is processed at the Large-Sized Waste Pulverization Processing Facility. Within Tokyo's 23 wards, there are processing centers for treating combustible waste as well as facilities for handling incombustible waste and large-sized waste. These are called intermediate treatment centers, and they are run by the Clean Authority of Tokyo. Each of Tokyo's 23 wards collects and transports the waste we produce in our daily lives, as well as recyclable resources like glass and plastic bottles. Recycling facilities turn the collected recyclable resources into new products. Collected waste is burned at incineration plants. Incombustible waste and large-sized waste are broken down at facilities where iron, aluminum, and other things are sorted out. Intermediate treatment of waste is carried out by our organization, Clean Authority of Tokyo. In the end, the remaining ash is disposed of in the Tokyo Bay landfill site run by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government. Next, let's take a closer look at what intermediate treatment of waste means. The combustible waste that we throw away is collected by garbage trucks and taken to incineration plants. How do you think they process it? First, the garbage truck is weighed on a huge scale. This is to find out how much garbage it is carrying. After being weighed, the truck goes to the platform where it empties the garbage into the waste bunker. Garbage is collected in the waste bunker. The garbage brought here is made up of many things of various materials and sizes, such as pieces of paper and plastic, as well as wet raw garbage from kitchens. So, to make it easier to burn, a garbage crane mixes it all up. Once the waste is uniformly mixed, the crane carries it to the incinerator. The incinerator continuously burns waste at over 800 degrees Celsius. Burning waste at a high temperature reduces the amount of dioxins produced and prevents bacteria, insect pests, and bad smells. Also, the burned waste turns into ash, which can reduce it to 1/20th of its original size. Let's take a look at the inside of the incinerator. This is an example of a fire grate type incinerator. Burners are lined up in steps. The incinerator burns waste while slowly pushing it down the steps. Here, the waste has been completely reduced to ash. After waste is burned, the ash is carried to the ash bunker. Then, an ash crane loads the ash onto a truck that takes them to a landfill site or to an ash recycling facility. Waste processing centers treat combustible waste. If large-sized waste or metals and other incombustible waste are mixed in, they could cause the incinerator to break down or be turned off to remove them. If an incineration plant comes to a stop, it will also affect waste collection and transportation. it is important for each and every one of us to follow the garbage separation rules. When waste is burned, the process creates exhaust gas. Incineration plants clean exhaust gas using several types of pollution prevention equipment before releasing it from the center. Exhaust gas from the incinerator is cooled to less than 200 degrees Celsius and sent to bag filters. The air purifying dust collector is filled with many cylindrical filters called bag filters. These filters remove soot, dust, and dioxins. Then, the gas scrubber cleans exhaust gas with chemicals. Finally, catalyst reactions inside the catalyst reaction tower clean it by breaking down any remaining hazardous substances. Through this series of treatments, all hazardous substances are removed from exhaust gas by the time it leaves the incineration plant's stack. At incineration plants, the process of treating waste produces polluted water. The polluted water is treated using wastewater treatment facilities to meet sewage discharge standards before being released into sewers. As you can see, incineration plants make every effort to prevent environmental pollution using several pieces of pollution control equipment. And all of these facilities are monitored and controlled 24 hours a day from the central control room. You could think of it as the brain of the incineration plant. Incineration plants make effective use of the heat created by burning waste. Steam is made from the heat of burning waste and used to drive turbines. Electricity is generated as the steam spins the turbines. Electricity generated in this way is used to power the incineration plants. Any extra electricity is sold to power companies. Heat energy is also supplied to nearby public facilities and used for heated pools and air conditioners. In Yashio Park Town, heat energy from the Shinagawa incineration plant is used to generate heating and hot water in residences. At Yumenoshima Tropical Greenhouse Dome, heat energy from the Shin-Koto incineration plant is used to heat the greenhouses and air condition the buildings. Let's take another look at the incineration plant building. Solar panels have been installed to generate electricity. It also has green walls, which keep the building temperature from rising. As you can see, the centers work to promote greening and use natural energy. Energy is not the only thing we make good use of. In order to reduce the amount disposed of in landfills, our organization also works to recycle the ash remaining after incineration into cement material. Ash from incineration plants is taken to Hachinohe City, Aomori Prefecture. In addition to here, Hachinohe City, ash is also transported to cement plants across Japan by trucks, cargo trains, and ships. The ash is sorted and treated at cement plants, where it becomes cement material and is used to make concrete building materials. Next, let's look at how incombustible waste and large-sized waste are treated. This is where incombustible waste and large-sized waste from Tokyo's 23 wards undergo intermediate treatment. Incombustible waste is brought in. When it arrives at the facility, it is placed on a conveyor that feeds it into a crusher. Monitors make sure that there are no dangerous materials in the incombustible waste. Once inside the crusher, hammers spinning at high speed break the waste into pieces less than 15 centimeters in size. Mixed up in the incombustible waste are resources such as iron and aluminum. These are collected using a magnet and sold as resources. These are for handling large-sized waste. Large-sized waste is brought in. Workers divide it into combustible and incombustible large-sized waste by hand. Once sorted, high-speed spinning hammers break the large-sized waste down into pieces less than 15 centimeters in size. Resources like iron are collected from this, and combustible waste is taken to incineration plants and incinerated. Once all the resources have been removed from the incombustible waste in this way, it is taken to a landfill site. This is the last landfill site in Tokyo's 23 wards. Tokyo's 23 wards and the Clean Authority of Tokyo are actively promoting waste reduction and recycling to make sure that the remaining landfill site can be used as long as possible. What can we do to reduce waste produced in our daily lives? Reduce, reuse, and recycle. These are key words for reducing waste and using resources wisely. Reduce. Avoid using things that will become waste. Try to come up with ways not to make waste. This is the most important thing. Reuse. Don't throw things away. Use them again. Recycle. Give recyclable resources a new life. To do this, it is important to follow the rules and separate your waste correctly. Collected recyclable resources are reused and given new lives as a variety of products. Now, to reduce plastic waste, people are making products from paper or wood instead of plastic and charging money for plastic shopping bags. It is important for each of us to try our best to practice the 3 R's. I hope that you can think of even more ways to reduce waste and use resources wisely.